Hi there. We talked about airplanes and rockets in our last two videos. So now, let's talk about some other flyers, like bees and things that go tweet. There's an urban legend that some scientists prove that bees can fly. Now you know they do, but there's an element of truth in the legend. You see, exactly how insects fly was a mystery for a long time. Scientists have only figured out the wonderful details a few years ago. The legend began at a dinner party back in the 1930s. The host asked an engineer how a bee's tiny little wings could lift its big fat body. So the engineer whipped out a pen and did some calculations on the back of an envelope. He then blurted out his answer. Facebook, Snapchat, and Twitter didn't exist, and yet word got out that a bee couldn't fly. Face it, the image of an engineer not seeing what's in front of his face is funny. That's exactly why faceplants are posted. It feels a lot better to laugh at somebody else than to be laughed at yourself. Twitter users want strangers to pay attention to them. But, and there's always a but, writing humor is hard and giving context is worse. Rage, on the other hand, is easy, even about a bad joke or wrong word. Anonymous internet trolls, bullies, love misunderstanding everything, and they're often joined by virtual mobs to pile onto the defenseless person who is their targeted victim. Righteous mobs can quickly become offended, and their rage can be turned into excitement. The excitement of seeing someone hurt. It's like a car wreck. You just can't look away. The mob forgets that punishment should match the crime, and they become gleefully savage. People lose their reputations, their jobs, their families, and sometimes even their lives. They are destroyed and have no way to fight back. But the bullies don't care. They just move on to the next target because they can and because they think it's fun. The lesson is not to keep silent after throwing your cell phone in a river. No. The lesson is to think before you post. Jokes have become dangerous. Now that's sad, but it's true. What about videos? What about that video with you? You know which one I mean? You might think it's funny, but what will a potential boss think? What will he or she think of you? The lesson might also be what to do after you make a mistake. The engineer looked at a bee's wings under a microscope, saw that every one of his assumptions was wrong, and then tried to understand how it flew. Now that might be a very good lesson, but it's not today's. Here, the question is, what do you do when a troll finds you? What do? You don't write, you don't answer, you don't apologize. You go invisible, you stay silent. Do not feed the beast. What do you think about that? What do you think? Tell us, please. By the way, bees don't usually fly in a straight line. But, and here's another but, when a forager bee finds a source of food, it returns to the hive and tells the worker bees where it is. They then make a beeline straight to it, and that's where you get the expression. And another, by the way, say you're outside in a square, kilometer on each side, that goes all the way into the sky. Something like 3,000 million insects are going to fly through that space every month of the summer. Let me make that a little clearer. That's 3 billion with a B. And the last, by the way, it's not only bees and tweets that fly. There were once pterosaurs, a kind of dinosaur. The P is silent. And the big ones, the really big ones, came from Texas. They stood 10 feet high at the shoulder and had a 40-foot wingspan. Wow, unbelievable. I wonder if they tweeted before they ate you. I am Mike for the Be More Better team. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. Please comment, like, subscribe if you haven't, but always, always be more better. Body, mind, and spirit. And then be even more better when you help someone else make a beeline to something they need. And now a shout out to Clara, Gigi, Julie, Lola, and Lily. This has been a pleasure. Until the next time. Bye now. Now you know that's not true, but there is some truth in the myth. There's an urban legend that some scientists prove there was once something called a petrosaur. Now it's a kind of dinosaur. The really big ones came from Texas. They had a 10-foot high